In the hands of the fathers, the liberal arts then were important tools for the detection of error, for the defense of the faith, and to instruct the faithful. Now, for the purposes of this talk, I would like to speak about three of the liberal arts. I would say that these are the three most fundamental liberal arts. They're often referred to together as the trivium, and they are grammar, logic, and rhetoric. Now, despite the fact that grammar is first, I would like to start from rhetoric and work my way backwards. And when we think of rhetoric, we need to think about the art of persuasion, right? And this is the reason I want to work backwards from this is because, put yourself, many of you were in school not too long ago. I mean, in public school, say, right? A given claim is put in front of you, right? The person is trying to convince you of something by this claim. Rhetoric endows the person not only with the ability to convince someone else, but to understand the argument and the structure of it, the various proofs that the person is employing to convince you. And having analyzed it and looked at the different parts of it, you can say, well, this part's good. We should keep these parts because we don't want to be contrarians, right? We don't want to be instinctual, knee-jerk contrarians as Orthodox Christians. We want to be discerning continually to look where is good and where is evil. What can we keep and use for the benefit of the church, and what do we leave aside, right? So we don't want to be contrarians that just have a knee-jerk approach, and the art of rhetoric gives us the ability to analyze those arguments, to separate out the different proofs that the person employed and the different kinds of evidence, and then to say what parts we should agree with, if any, and which parts we should disagree with, and then to be able to say why. And this, now if we said first that rhetoric was the art of persuasion, it's worthwhile to look at or to consider Aristotle's lengthier definition of the art of rhetoric, which he says, rhetoric is the ability to find the available means of persuasion in any given circumstance. That's the sort of versatility that we need to give Orthodox students, because we can't know every claim that they're going to encounter or every argument ahead of time. I often like to say about classical education to equate it with the saying, right? You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. This is the idea. This is the utility of this versatility that the art of rhetoric, especially when taught in the Aristotelian fashion, gives us. Now, Aristotle also observes at the very beginning of Book 1 of the Rhetoric that the counterpart of rhetoric is dialectic or logic. And indeed, in order to carry out successful persuasion, we must be able to use logic well, to think clearly, to reason clearly. The evidence, any piece of evidence doesn't just present itself and say, here I am and this is what I mean. Every piece of evidence in any inquiry, whether in history or in science, in theology or in philosophy, and the list goes on, requires interpretation and reasoning to be employed to make sense of it.